This video was published by mbkpinternational.com. In this video we're going to talk about the XPC17, Guillotine XPC17 paper cutter, and replacing the motherboard. It's fairly easy to do. Just want to go over a few things with you using pointers. First thing you're going to do is take off your top crown. I already took them out to make it quicker, but there's two screws there, two Phillips screws and two Phillips on the other side. And once you get those four screws removed, you just pull this straight up and out of the way. Next thing you want to do is you're going to take this top table off. The tools you'll need for this is basically a Phillips screwdriver, but you want a long one. The longer the better, basically. And I'll show you why. And you can use this to take your top off and just kind of put it in between here and this arm here for the and just pull back.
And just remember when you're getting into the electronics compartment to have your power off, power shut off.
You actually need to have it unplugged, because even with it turned off and plugged in, there's still residual power going through there. You can get a little shock on it. So unplug it from power, and then use this to pry this back a little bit. Once you get it back enough, you can go ahead and pull it off with your hands, so it just slides straight off and straight in. Put that to the side. And right down here is your motherboard. And we're just going to be removing this. It's pretty straightforward, but there's a couple things we can go over. One thing you want to do at this point, when you first open it, and the power's, unplug from power, make sure that's done. And just take a picture of it. That way you can see all your wires and how they were put on, just to make sure you get them back on the correct order. Okay, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to remove these wires, and then we're going to remove the screws. But first, just loosen all these up. These should be on already, and they're numbered. If they're not numbered, you can number yours. But a lot of times they're coming out of this channel in the correct order. You can see the number 1's there, 2, 3, 4, 5. And don't go by our video. I've seen them change these numbers where they go 1 this way, and then this would be 6, and this would be 1. And these are numbered 2, and I'll show you that. On the other side of there, that's number 10. I don't know which way it's going right now. Let's see, 10. That's 11, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think it's 7, 8, 9 right there. But again, they can number yours differently, so go by yours. And these, I can look at these and I can see they're coming out of the channel in the right order too. So, but they are numbered also, and you can make note of all that. And then from there, you just start unplugging all your wires here by hand. I'm just gonna unplug all these. I'll unplug this one here. This is a flat data wire. Grab the whole thing there and just unplug it and put it to the side. And you unplug that one and loosen all those up. Go ahead and... Okay, I went ahead and removed all these, unplugged all these wires here. I just kind of pushed them out of the way there. And now I loosened these two or three turns each. And now we're just going to take off the, there's 4 Phillips screws holding it down. And the reason why you need a long one is to get behind here on this one. And go down there and get to that screw there where you see, I don't know if you see the angle, we're on that screw back there. If you had I already loosened it out so it came out right there. But if you had a short one, you wouldn't be able to get back there behind it. It'd be too hard. And at an angle like this, you may be able to get it, but you could also strip the head a little bit. So if you don't got a long one, you can try it this way, but just be very careful not to strip the head. But I'm going to take those 4 out now. Okay, the screws are still in there, but I loosened them completely where the board will come out. And you can just kind of slip these out if you want. Then just take your board out like so. There's 4 plastic spacers under this board, under the screws. So just be careful not to lose those. And just take this out. And be careful not losing your screws either. So all 4 screws are still in there. This is the old board. You can see the spacers are still down there, and you just want to get those out of the way. Try not. If you drop them, they'll roll, and you can lose them easily. So be careful with them. So you get your 4 spacers. I'm going to put them up here. And go ahead and. Okay, I got all this. I got the 4 screws and the 4 spacers there, and here's your. This is the same board because there's nothing wrong with this, but you'd be putting your new board in. Make sure you don't get them mixed up when you take your old one out and the new one you got to replace it. So we're just going to go back in and basically just going to put this in there without the spacers for now. We're just going to put it down in here, get it under all the wires. Pull these wires over the top of it, so it can lay flat down like that. Then pull it forward here as much as you can. There's one wire still in the way there. Okay, all the way forward. Now we're just going to put the spacers under it and put the screws on them. For me, this is the easiest way to do it. There's other ways to do it, obviously, but just lift up the board slightly and line up the spacer to that hole. Then drop a screw down in it, and it'll hold that spacer in place. And I'm just going to do the same thing for the other 3 holes. Okay, I got all the spacers and the screws in. I haven't tightened anything down yet. So basically now you're just going to shift one thing I didn't mention yet, there's a ridge here. And you want to get the board, the spacers up on this ridge, because if you got it here and then you try to slide the board, it's going to bump that and maybe knock the spacer off or have trouble. So get them up here, all of them up there. And now you can just slide it around, and you can see over here, there was a hole right there for the screw, and there's one there too. You just got to slide it into place right into those holes, and then just kind of fish for it a little bit, you know, and then just tighten them, start tightening them down. There's one of them I got. And you're just going to go around and get all of them, all 4 of them tightened down. Okay, I got all the 4 screws snug tight on this. Now I'm going to start plugging things back in. Just make sure I get them in the right order. And you can always refer to your picture you took if you need to make sure it gets on. But one thing I want to mention is when you're putting these screws in, like especially this back one here, because you got to go behind here, just be careful because that blade is right there. The clamp is a little bit lower than the blade, but you could still just shave a little bit off your finger there or something if you're not careful. So just be careful there. If you want it to, after you pry the compartment free here, you could drop your blade down to rest against the cut pad if you want it to, and try it that way. It might give you a little more room for your screwdriver too, possibly. But just to get the blade against the cut pad, you don't have to worry about it. But you could do it either way. Just be careful if you have it in the up position. It's not you're not going to cut yourself bad usually, I don't think, but you could shave a little bit off a finger or something like that if you're not careful. So be careful. The thing's like a giant razor blade. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're just going to start putting these back in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Snug them down. You got this one here. It's going to plug there, and all these are going to go back into order. Okay, I went ahead and got these all in snug tight. Just make sure you're clamping down on metal only. These are metal forks. Sometimes this plastic extends a little too far, and you don't want to clamp down the plastic portion of it, the black plastic on this. So just make sure you clamp it on metal. On these, just make sure you don't miss any of the prongs. You know that this one's got a 3-pronger. Just make sure you get all 3 prongs on the plug. Don't miss one to the side or anything. And just make sure you get them all back in the right order. And the last thing we got is this. This is for if your touchpad don't work, you didn't get this in right. There is you can put it in backwards, so you got a flat side with no holes, and you got a side with the holes. And you can look at yours when it comes out, but I've never seen them other than the holes pointing towards the right side here. So I'm going to have the holes pointing that way, and I'm going to plug it in. Again, I think there's like 8 prongs in this or so. You just don't want to miss it. You don't want to go one to the side and miss one of the prongs either way. So just make sure you get all 8 prongs here. And there, it's plugged in now. And just don't have this, because this spins around, so don't have it next to that. Just make sure you get it out of the way of that, where it wants to stay out of the way. If you have to wrap it behind some wires to keep it from being against this, because this will spin around and rub it and damage it. So make sure it's away from the belt here, out to the side. And that's basically it. Just go check everything, check your picture, make sure it looks the same. You got all the wires back in the right place. Make sure you didn't miss any prongs. Everything tight, snug tight. And we can go ahead and put the crown or the table back on here. And again, this just slips straight in. So you're going to start right here and just get straight in with it. And when you get to the end here where there's a little bit left, you're just going to pop it in like that, but until it's fully against your cut pad there. And from there, pretty simple. Just put your top back on. Just make sure you don't get behind this, or make sure you got this on the outside of this, on both sides. Sometimes you get on the inside. And then just put your 2 Phillips on each side back in, snug it all down, and you can plug it back in and test it. But I think I went over everything here, and it's fairly simple and straightforward. Just check all your wires and make sure they're on correctly before you turn it on. This video was published by mbkpinternational.com.